My parents told me, don't overshadow your brother at his wedding. Just stay home. I smiled and canceled the transfer of $250,000 for the banquet. What they didn't know was that the estate where the wedding was planned actually belonged to me. Anna had always felt invisible at home. It wasn't that her family intentionally ignored her. They simply didn't notice her. Her older brother Oleg was the center of attention. He was handsome, confident, and successful. Or at least that's how their parents, Valentina and Nikolai, saw him. Every little achievement of his was celebrated, while Anna's accomplishments went unnoticed. She studied hard at school, but that didn't seem to matter to anyone. Even Oleg's mediocre grades elicited praise, while Anna graduated with honors and received only a brief, quiet acknowledgement before her parents again shifted the conversation to Oleg's latest victory in a corporate bowling tournament. Anna was responsible and diligent. She contributed to the family, but it was taken for granted and rarely appreciated. Oleg, on the other hand, received support whenever he needed it, and his failures were always blamed on others. Anna didn't resent her brother. She just wanted her work and opinions to matter, for someone to truly see her. But the older she got, the more she realized that this wouldn't happen. In her family, Oleg was the star, and she was the one who provided the light for him to shine. After university, Anna became a programmer at a small company, ready to start her own path. Anna's job as a programmer was stable but boring. It didn't bring her joy, but it provided a reliable income. Unlike her brother Oleg, who preferred creative work with minimal responsibility, Anna was thrifty. She denied herself luxuries, new clothes, the latest gadgets, vacations, and saved every penny for a dream she'd had since childhood. This dream began when she first saw an old, abandoned estate on the outskirts of the city. The dilapidated house with its tall columns and large park seemed magical to her. She imagined restoring it and transforming it into a vibrant, joyful place. Years passed. The estate deteriorated further, but Anna never gave up. She saved money, studied architecture and design, and learned everything she could about restoration. Finally, when the estate was put up for sale, Anna quietly bought it in her own name, knowing that her family wouldn't approve, and Oleg would most likely laugh. She teamed up with Igor Mikhailovich, a trusted family friend and experienced manager, who helped her plan and begin the restoration. The project progressed slowly but steadily. Anna invested all her savings and spent every free minute overseeing the work. To keep the estate from standing idle, Igor suggested renting it out for weddings, parties, and other events. At first, Anna hesitated, but then she agreed. The income went towards the restoration. Now Anna lived a double life. By day, she was a quiet, unassuming programmer. At night and on weekends, she managed the beautiful estate, secretly transforming it. Her family suspected nothing. They still considered her unremarkable, and she liked it that way. One day, she learned that Oleg and his fiancée Marina had booked their wedding through an agency at her estate, without knowing that it belonged to her. Anna found out about it while signing documents with Igor. The date, names, and agency matched. Her heart raced, but she remained calm, curiously waiting to see how everything would unfold. Soon an official invitation arrived in the mail. Expensive, calligraphically designed, and impersonal. Anna smiled to herself. They hadn't even bothered to call her. They had only sent her an official invitation, as if it were some ordinary event, and not her brother's wedding. The day came when Valentina, Anna, and Oleg's mother came to her house. Her face was tense, her eyes scanning the room. Anna offered her tea, but Valentina waved it away. "I need to talk to you," Valentina said, sitting down on the edge of the sofa. "Oleg's wedding. You understand how important this is for our family, don't you?" Anna nodded, perfectly understanding that her mother only cared about appearances. "We want everything to be perfect," Valentina continued, carefully choosing her words. "And Anya, Well, you understand. Anna remained silent, knowing that the main point was about to be revealed. Finally, her mother blurted out, "We think it would be better if you didn't come." Anna raised her eyebrows, pretending to be surprised, although she had expected this. Not to come to Oleg's wedding? Why? Valentina avoided her gaze. You'll get lost in the crowd and the photographs. And Marina, you know how meticulous she is about everything concerning appearances, and you don't even like noisy events. You'll be more comfortable at home. Anna met her mother's eyes. There was no concern in them, only anxiety about everything looking decent. Do you mean I'll spoil the wedding with my presence? She asked slowly. Valentina hesitated. Not exactly. It will just be better for you to stay home. We'll send you photos and cake. You won't miss anything. Anna turned to the window, hiding the tears welling up in her eyes. Again, they were trying to make her invisible. But this time she decided things would be different. Okay, Mom, Anna said quietly. I'll stay home. Valentina sighed with relief. That's great, Anya, you always understand us so well. She left, confident that she had settled everything. Left alone, Anna looked at the dreary autumn landscape. Anger, resentment, and determination burned within her. She would no longer allow them to control her. The next morning, she went to work as usual. The job was boring but reliable, allowing her to pay the bills and save up for the restoration of the estate. During her lunch break, she went to the bank and canceled the transfer of 250,000 rubles for the wedding. That money would now go entirely to the estate. Then she called Igor Mikhailovich. Igor Mikhailovich, hello, this is Anna. Hello, Anna Nikolaevna. Is everything all right? No, I need to meet with you urgently. As expected, Igor Mikhailovich arrived on time. Anna explained her mother's words and her decision to him. Igor Mikhailovich, please terminate the lease agreement for the estate where Oleg and Marina's wedding is planned. He listened to her calmly, without surprise or judgment. Igor Mikhailovich had known Anna for many years, and understood that she never acted impulsively. What's the reason? He asked. They didn't adhere to the payment schedule, Anna replied. The first installment wasn't paid on time. He nodded. Understood. When do you want to terminate the contract? On the morning of the wedding day, Anna said calmly. Let them find out when the guests start arriving. Everything will be done as you wish, Anna Nikolaevna, he said and left. Anna watched him go, experiencing mixed feelings of anticipation and satisfaction. Today, her family would finally see who she really was. The morning of the wedding day was unusually sunny, as if even the weather was playing along with her. Anna sipped her coffee, looking at the quiet courtyard of her modest house, a stark contrast to the luxurious estate. Meanwhile, her family was engulfed in wedding chaos. Marina, in a silk robe, rushed from room to room, giving instructions. Oleg, confident and self-satisfied, accepted congratulations from friends. Valentina and Nikolai bustled about, making the final preparations. Soon, the first guests began to arrive at the estate. Well-dressed men and women, children with balloons, all anticipating a lavish celebration. But instead of music and smiling hosts, they were met by Igor Mikhailovich. His serious expression and official tone immediately caused concern. Good day, he said, addressing the bewildered crowd. Unfortunately, the wedding has been cancelled by the owner of the estate. A murmur ran through the crowd. Cancelled? How? We were invited, someone exclaimed. Igor remained calm. We apologize for the inconvenience. The organizers failed to fulfill the terms of the lease agreement, so the owner decided to cancel the event. The crowd exchanged stunned glances, realizing that this was no ordinary cancellation. While Igor Mikhailovich was explaining the situation, an enraged Oleg ran up to him. What's going on here? He shouted, grabbing Igor by the jacket. Cancelled. Who decided this? Igor calmly freed himself and looked Oleg in the eyes. I am acting on behalf of the estate owner. All questions should be addressed to him. Oleg's voice rose. Who is this owner? Where is he? Why wasn't I told anything? At that moment, Valentina and Nikolai approached, their faces full of bewilderment and anger. Igor Mikhailovich, what is this? Valentina demanded. You know it's my son's wedding today. I'm sorry, Valentina Petrovna, Igor said calmly. I'm only following the owner's instructions. Who is this owner? Nikolai asked, clenching his fists. We need to talk to him immediately. Yegor silently pointed to a car approaching the estate. Anna got out of it. Everyone froze. Oleg, Valentina, Nikolai. They stared at her as if she were a ghost. Marina, standing nearby, smirked, but a flicker of anxiety crossed her eyes. Anna, Oleg whispered, disbelief in his voice. What are you doing here? Anna walked towards them with calm determination. I am the owner of this estate, she said clearly. A deafening silence fell. The guests, momentarily forgetting their disappointment, watched what was happening with curiosity. You're the owner? Oleg finally stammered. Yes, Anna replied. I bought it several years ago and have been restoring it ever since. Valentina gasped. But where did you get the money? You're just a programmer. I worked hard, Anna said. I saved every penny, denied myself many things to fulfill my dream. Her father struggled to understand. Why did you keep this a secret? Because you wouldn't understand, Anna said. You always saw me as a gray mouse, ignored my efforts, and praised Oleg for everything. Oleg tried to interrupt her, but Anna raised her hand. I don't blame you, Oleg, but I no longer want to live in your shadow. I want respect for myself as I am, not for what I do for others. Marina angrily stepped forward. Who do you think you are, ruining our wedding? You're just jealous. I'm not jealous, Anna said calmly. I just want to be left alone. I don't need people who don't respect me. You'll regret this, Marina spat. We'll make sure of that. Perhaps, Anna replied, but I'd rather be alone than live among lies and hypocrisy. With these words, Anna remained standing steadfastly, while everyone else tried to comprehend what they had heard. Anna turned and headed towards her car. The guests instinctively parted, letting her pass. Oleg, Valentina, and Nikolai remained in the yard, stunned and humiliated. Marina angrily stamped her foot. As Anna got into the car, Igor Mikhailovich approached her. You did the right thing, he said calmly. It was time for them to learn their place. Anna smiled. Thank you, Igor Mikhailovich. I couldn't have done it without you. She started the car and drove away. In the rearview mirror, she saw the disappointed guests dispersing. Oleg, Valentina, and Nikolai stood motionless, not knowing what to do next. The wedding was ruined, and with it, the carefully constructed illusions about Anna. The gray mouse crumbled. Shock, anger, and disbelief hung in the air. The guests quickly dispersed, whispering and casting mixed glances at Anna's stunned family. Oleg stood in the yard, his usual self-confidence replaced by fury and humiliation. Marina, once radiant in her wedding dress, looked pale and disheveled. Valentina and Nikolai clung to each other, helpless and shaken. Igor Mikhailovich watched from afar, knowing that Anna needed time to process this moment. His role was fulfilled. Now she could enjoy her well-deserved victory. Back in her modest home, Anna sat by the window, the evening twilight deepening around her. She felt a mixture of exhaustion and a new, unexpected strength. Yes, she had ruined her brother's wedding. Yes, she had disgraced her parents. But had they ever truly seen her? For years she had lived in Oleg's shadow, her hard work going unnoticed while his insignificant achievements were celebrated. She thought about the estate she had dreamed of since childhood, the sacrifices she had made, the nights spent planning and restoring, all hidden from her family because they would never understand. Now her dream had set her free. That evening a car pulled up to her house. Valentina and Nikolai got out, pale and shaken. Anna, my daughter, Valentina said in a trembling voice. What have you done? You've ruined our lives. Anna looked calmly at her mother, without anger or resentment. I ruined your lives? she asked softly. And have you ever thought about what you did to mine? Nikolai reached out to her, but she pulled away. We always loved you, Anya, he said. It's just, Oleg was always special. Special? Anna scoffed. He only knew how to show off, and I was always there to cover for him so you could be proud of him. And me, I was invisible. But we're your family, Anna, Valentina countered. We should support each other, her mother said. Support? Anna repeated, her voice calm but firm. Have you ever supported me? When was the last time you were interested in my dreams, my life? You always saw me only as a useful person, not as an individual. Her parents were silent, their heads bowed. For the first time they understood. They had neglected her, underestimated her, and used her all these years. We were wrong, Anna, her father whispered. Now we understand. Please forgive us. Anna sighed. I don't know if I can forgive you. But I know one thing. I will never let you use me again. But how will we live without you? Exclaimed her mother. You always helped us with money, with everything. Now you'll have to learn to manage on your own, Anna replied. I will no longer be your support. She resolutely closed the door, knowing that now it was her turn to live her own life. In the following weeks, Anna's life completely changed. She quit her job and dedicated herself entirely to the estate. With the help of Igor Mikhailovich, she developed new plans, attracted clients, and transformed the estate into a thriving business. Oleg and Marina tried to contact her, offered money, begged for forgiveness, but Anna refused. She didn't want to go back to the people who had humiliated and underestimated her. Her parents called, visited, and sent messages, but Anna ignored them all. She knew that even the slightest sign of weakness would allow them to take advantage of her again. Eventually, her parents resigned themselves to the fact that she was gone from their lives. They realized that they had lost not just a helper, but a loving daughter and sister. Anna, however, felt free and alive. She no longer lived in anyone's shadow. She chose her own path, surrounded herself with friends who valued her, traveled, pursued her passions, and cherished her independence. The estate became more than just a business for her. It became a symbol of her freedom and self-sufficiency. Sometimes, watching the sunset, she thought about her family. She felt no anger, only sadness that they never saw her for who she truly was. She had made the right choice. She chose herself, her dignity, and her life. Anna built a life on her own terms, strong, confident, independent, and free. And this was only the beginning of a life full of meaning, love, and happiness.